Interesting to say the least, man. This is an interesting move, man. Former wide receiver N'Keal Harry is now switching his position to the tight end position. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I'm excited about it, right? Because for one, it's entertainment, right? It's entertainment. How is this going to pan out? Is this a secret weapon? One thing's for sure. He'll have an advantage when it comes to his hands. He'll probably have a slight advantage when it comes to speed. You know, being a former wide receiver, and he actually was coming out of college. He was one of the better wide receivers coming out of college. He actually was, man. First round pick, the 32nd pick in the draft. So he was a decent wide receiver in college. And then to transition to the tight end position, you know, I feel like this, though. You're going to have to use him for just certain schemes, passing downs for sure. Because when it comes to blocking, now I know, and we'll talk about what Kevin O'Connell said and all that, but when it comes to tight end, you can't just throw anybody in at tight end. I know people think, oh, you used to play fullback, now you can just play tight end. Bruh, that's not how it works. Tight end actually is a very complex position. And it takes a lot to be good at that position. Not to say that N'Keal Harry can't be good at that position, but what I will say is there is going to be challenges. All right, you will notice the difference. All right, you'll notice that he's lining up at tight end. It's going to look a little awkward to some Minnesota Vikings fans, including myself, knowing that he used to be a wide receiver, and now we're going to put him as tight end. All right, 6'4", 200 and something pounds. Usually you want the tight ends to be a little tall, like 6'4". Obviously, that's not a short guy, so he has some height to him, 6'4", but you usually like him to be like 6'5", 6'6". You really want that big boy, you feel me? But again, I don't think size is an issue. I think what's more of the issue is him getting used to having his hands in the dirt, having to, you know, learn run scheme blocking and things like that. I think that's going to be a challenge, being that you just transition into it out of nowhere. Now, again, we'll go and look at what Kevin O'Connell said, because it's kind of interesting that he's been working on this as if he knew that this was something that he was going to happen. This makes me feel like he went to Kevin O'Connell and said, hey, I want to help this team win. And I thought about it. I have certain size. You know, it'd be different if it's like a wide receiver like Brandon Powell, you know, doing the tush push, going to Kevin O'Connell, talk about, I want to switch to tight end so I can get some PT. That's not going to happen. And think about this, with the situation we're in right now with TJ Hawkinson being out 6 weeks or whatever that they were projecting, this is a good situation for N'Keal Harry to really slip in and really see what he has at the tight end position. I can see him being like a Evan Ingram or something like that. I really can, man. I can see that type of play out of him at the tight end position. So I'm excited to see it. But it says this: anytime you're looking to transition a receiver to the tight end position, and N'Keal Harry is really fired up about it, he has attacked the process long before we've even got started in the offseason program. You're hoping to see the receiving traits kind of lead the way early on. All right, now that's a big thing because, like I said, he already has a little bit of the speed advantage, I would think, when it comes to the other tight ends that are on our roster. He should be faster than all of them, right? So he should be able to run routes better than most of them because he's been running receiver routes. So, like, he should have that more of that twitch, which is going to be very, very crucial when it comes to trying to guard him, when they have linebackers trying to guard him and things like that. It could be, man, listen, this right here, to be honest with you, could be innovative, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, there's usually points in life, points in times of the football that we've seen where positions tend to change the prototype, right? So, like, for example, wide receivers or tight ends used to want a really big guy, tall guy, jump, this, that, and the third. Well, it might switch over to speed, just pretty much having another receiver, but teaching him to block. Obviously, you have to have some size because you will be having to block linebackers and things like that, and defensive ends at times, but still yet, it could be something where certain packages you just put in a more quick guy that can run routes really clean and stuff like that. Not to say that some of the tight ends can't do that already. All right, but he started it early in the offseason program, right? So let me see here. Let me see what else it says here. It says, as they get a little bit more comfortable and having their hands down, being a part of run schemes, and N'Keal Harry has shown that, O'Connell said. All right, so I'm telling you, man, listen, this could actually be something that could be, like I said, a big deal for the Minnesota Vikings offense. Like, I could see him getting put in there sooner than later, believe it or not. Like, as the offseason program comes to a close and the season starts to come in, we could actually see N'Keal Harry out there week 1 in a play as a tight end, like for real. Because again, I do believe his talent level, because like I talk down on N'Keal Harry, and shout out my boy Yogi for this, man. This is off Yogi's page, man. Fat Boy Football Focus, man. Shout out my boy. But I talk down on N'Keal Harry when it comes to being a wide receiver, because I didn't want to see him out there when you have a Justin Jefferson, when you have a Jordan Addison. There's no reason why N'Keal Harry should be being the focal point. But when it comes to this, him being a tight end, this is a little different story, man. Shout out N'Keal Harry, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Do you think N'Keal Harry going to be top 5 tight end in the NFL this year? I do. Drop it down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.